Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Maina Jensen tōku ingoa.
Ko Hinemoa Hori tōku ingoa.
Welcome back, no mai haere mai, to our Haohao Te Tangata Whangaroa Papa Hapū video series where we're talking all things redress here in Whangaroa. In our first video, we covered who Whangaroa Papa Hapū was, the rōpū, who was leading out this redress kaupapa. And today with me, I've got Matua Bill Hori. We're here in this beautiful whare here in Te Tōwai, Matangiro. So yeah, thanks very much for having this kōrero with us today, Matua Bill.
Kia ora tātou. Well, as you can see, this is my whare, ko Karanga Hape, ko Ngati Kawau te Hapū, ko Te Tōwai te Awa, ko Haohao Te Te Maunga. I've been involved with the Whangaroa Papa Hapū since 2013, but prior to that also just following my mum and dad around really as they were part of the Whangaroa Papa Hapū from early on. So yep, we're still going. We've been through the hearings process and we're still wanting to go further and carry on the good work that's been done before.
Kia ora. So today's kaupapa is about Ngā Takenga Mai, which is the draft mandate strategy that Whangaroa Papa Hapū has put together on that pathway towards redress. Can you talk a bit more about what that is?
Kia ora. As you're saying, Ngā Takenga Mai is it's actually an information booklet. It's not the mandate strategy. What we're hoping to achieve is Hapū to come together so that they themselves will create the mandate strategy. This booklet, Ngā Takenga Mai, is a pretty condensed version of Whangaroa's journey really to where we are and now in terms of our redress process for Whangaroa. So literally it means our origins, where we have come from, and basically going back to our roots so that we can move forward into the future. That's what Ngā Takenga Mai is. And it's a call for our people to come together. All of our hapū to come together so we can hold the Crown to account. Rather than try to take them to account on our own. It won't work, we have to come together and we'll be stronger that way. So that's what this document is about.
Thank you, Matua. Can you speak to what the content of this document, what's involved?
Yes, when you turn the page, in the first page you'll see our matua no epiha, and on the opposite page here it says acknowledgements. And I think it's fitting that we need to acknowledge all of our kaumātua, our kuia, who have been part of this process. There is a number of names in here, and they reflect all the hapū of Whangaroa. They're no longer with us, but they have participated in this journey up to this point. We acknowledge the work that they've done, their guidance and support up until this point. So there's been a lot of work done, Mayan, as you say, to get us to this point. A lot of Whangaroa claimants. I think there've been 71 with over 200 briefs of evidence and submissions. So we've come a long way. So we've, to quote Sir James Henare, we've come too far not to go further. And so that's what this is about. Calling our people together. Let's hold the Crown to account, maintaining our tino rangatiratanga through that process.
Kia ora Matua, thank you. So who is Ngā Takenga Mai for?
Ngā Takenga Mai is for all the hapū of Whangaroa and all the whānau, not only within Whangaroa, but also who don't live here.
So they don't need to be claimants?
They do not need to be claimants.
Just descendants or uri of Whangaroa.
Claimants have done a lot of work in terms of producing a lot of the evidence, as well as the historical kōrero from the historians and stuff like that.
So in terms of like Ngā Takenga Mai, what are some of the moemoeā and goals and aspirations for Whangaroa through this document?
One of the goals for Whangaroa is for all of us to come together, as I said before. Whanaungatanga is going to be huge in terms of how we get through this. There's going to be a lot of earnest kōrero amongst ourselves to find the best way forward so that we can all go forward together. And our purpose, it is for our tamariki, our mokopuna, so that they have more opportunities for the future. And our goals is to be able to honour the principles of te tiriti, of he whakaputanga. Through the stage 1 process, the Waitangi Tribunal found that we did not cede our sovereignty. We've always known that, but we have to prove it. The Crown needed to know that. So we need to maintain that tino rangatiratanga through the whole process. And that in itself is a huge kōrero.
There are some whakaaro or kōrero out there that if we go ahead with this process, that means that we do cede our sovereignty. How do you feel about that whakaaro?
Yeah, no, that is not our purpose. Yep. Why would we do that? Our tūpuna didn't do it.
No.
So why would we do it?
Yeah.
And definitely not.
No.
And if the Crown wants to lead us down that road, then it's up to our hapū to say no.
Okay.
Because I'll certainly say no.
Yeah. I think we probably all would, eh?
Yes, yes.
An important point that I think we should cover too, something that we want to reiterate. This is just a draft, right? We're still in the process of talking with whānau about, how do we move forward in this process.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did right. I mean, on there it says draft, says draft, and even I can go straight to page 27, I think, and there is a statement on there which we need to change, and it says here, Whangaroa and the Crown are at the negotiating table by the 28th of October. Well, that ain't going to happen, is it? So what we aim to do by the 28th of October is for all of our hapū to be able to come together as a rōpū to form a body which will go forward into negotiations. So it'll be hapū-led, hapū-driven, and they will make all the decisions. So that's a whole key part of this document. We're asking hapū to nominate their representatives to go into this decision-making body, which is Te Waka Meninga. And if I think there might be 29 active hapū within Whangaroa, so we expect to have 29 representatives in this group.
And they will carry the kaupapa forward.
They will carry the kaupapa forward. Yep. Whangaroa Papa Hapū may not even be anywhere in this. Yep. We hope to transition from Whangaroa Papa Hapū into this here. Whatever that looks like for hapū, they will decide that. They will decide who is in the taumata hakahaere, which is the body that executes the decisions from Te Waka Meninga. So they don't have any decision-making powers or processes. They're there to do what Te Waka Meninga tells them. There's another group there on the side which we've called the Whangaroa Forum. They're made up of hapū kaumātua kuia, claimants, our people who live away from Whangaroa, tai tamariki as well. There's a voice. There's a space for them to have a voice there. Whether Te Waka Meninga will allow tai tamariki into that space there, Te Waka Meninga, to make decision making, hey, that will be up to them. And also Te Waka Meninga will decide who our negotiators will be. The whole process will be driven by the central body, Te Waka Meninga. That's what I'm hoping is what we will achieve by the 28th of October, is get this up and running.
And for any whānau watching who have, any pātai or whakaaro or feedback, what's the best way to be able to contact Whangaroa Papa Hapū or to provide that feedback to Whangaroa Papa Hapū?
Yes, they just need to go onto our Whangaroa Papa Hapū website. There's one way of doing that, and there's a lot of information on there. A lot of our why claims are listed there, and everyone is able to access them. There's a lot of, Te Puna Mātauranga, I think, is the section that you can click into. So anyone wanting to know, like someone from their hapū who have put a claim in, boom, you can go straight onto them and find out what the issues are that have come through. The other point that this book does touch on is what we are claiming for. Probably from 2032 onwards and 34, I think, it just gives a brief outline of some of the things that we claim for, and there's 14 issues, and they are issued at the bottom of page 37. Now, every one of those is a huge kaupapa.
Some of them include like whenua.
Yes, land, how we lost our land through the old land claims process, alienation of Māori land, and crown purchases, crown preemption, right through to public works, all that sorts of things. Wahi tapu, goes to issues with reo, how the Crown tried to extinguish the reo. And I grew up in that era just after my mum and dad, so they never spoke the reo to me. And so we never learned it, which is a shame. Because they had the original reo, especially my mum. She was brought up by her grandmother. So she had the old reo. We had a treasure living with us, and yet we weren't allowed to access. So that's a real indictment on the Crown to have done that to our people. It's a huge mama, Now I can't even speak it, and I'm too old to try and learn, But that's okay. Our young ones are coming up. There's huge resurgence in that. But if I can just give one example of the old land claims process, the Whangaroa Papa Hapū were able to get a historian, Bruce Sterling, to do some research on that. And out of the 212,000 acres within Whangaroa, the old land claims process took out 55,000 acres of that. And that's with surplus land, scrip lands and stuff like that. So every one of those issues need to be researched in this way. And those are the issues that we're taking to the Crown.
Did you have any further whakaaro that you wanted to add to all of that?
Yes, get on board, because we need to do this. As I mentioned earlier on with the acknowledgements, our tupuna has started this, our kaumātua kuia started this, who are no longer here. We need to finish this. Let's not leave it for our children to do this. We can do this. And so it's just about coming together. It's not about giving our sovereignty away at all. It's about reclaiming what we've lost, reclaiming what the Crown has taken away from us. Kia ora mai, thank you.
Thank you, Matua. Kia ora. Tēnā koe on sport.
Thank you.
Ka pai.
Oh, cool, I can go home now.